This is the Emerging Artist Podcast by Drummer Africa.
Hello, everybody. I'm about Nesta, and welcome to the podcast. So, this is like the first episode of our podcast, the Emerging Artist Podcast, and I'd just like to say that this is an audio first podcast. We have a video running on YouTube, but not much effort was put into it. It's really just me talking in my room, but there might be graphics here and there depending on the episode. Yeah. So, I just want to let everybody know before we get into the episode that this podcast is available everywhere: Apple Music, Apple Podcast, Spotify, YouTube, AudioMark, wherever else you can listen to podcasts. We're there, thanks to Anchor FM. So let's get into it. Starting up, like to me, I believe like a lot of artists don't do some things before they decide they want to go into music. They just say, okay, fine, I'm going to go into music. You have the talent, and let me just go into music. But I believe that as an artist, you need to define at least a few things, which I'm going to list out. The first thing I feel you should define as an artist is what you want from music. Like, you have to know what you want from doing music. If it's creative freedom, if it's financial success, if it's popularity, you have to just define what you actually want from music. Because, like as Fela said, music is a spiritual thing and it listens. Like, when you define what you want from music, things start to move for you to get what you want from music. Do you get? Hope that made sense. The second thing is you have to define your why. You have to know why you're doing music. You have to define. You have to create a strong connection with why you're doing music, and that's just it. This is not something anybody can help you with. You have to sit down with your pen and paper and define these things. And it doesn't matter where you've reached, like the industry right now. You can still do it now. You can still change direction. Take a walk. Think about the questions I'm gonna ask, and I'm asking, and define it when you're done. Just like sit down and define it, and place belief on it. The third thing you have to define is what it means, what it will look like for you to have a successful career. Okay, let me rephrase that. It's basically what it means. What does musical success mean to you? You have to define what musical success means to you. If it's being as big as Davido or Adele, Davido and Adele. That's like that's a terrible set of examples. Let's say Beyonce and Adele. Beyonce is a major artist. Adele is also a major artist, but you could clearly see like there are two different type of successful. Do you get? There are two different type of successful. So you need to define what success will look like to you. If it's with numbers, if it's with streaming numbers, you need to define it. If it's with money, if it's with money, you need to define it. If it's with value placed on you, on your features, on your music, you need to define it. If it's your fans, if it's selling out a stadium, you need to define it. That this is what success means to me as an artist. You need to have this defined, because you could look at your peers being successful in their own lane and feel out of place because you haven't defined what success means to you. You always be feeling like, oh, why isn't that happening to me? But if you know what success means to you, that doesn't need to happen to you. Whatever is happening to artist A, don't need to happen to you for you to be successful, for you to feel successful. So having this thing defined beforehand will always keep you on track and keep you grounded, guided, and happy with your journey, as long as you're putting in the work to reach where you want to reach. The fourth thing you should define is your goal and your targets. You have to define a clear goal for your music, yearly, monthly, weekly, per release, and that's a whole podcast episode on its own. But you have to define these things. You have to set an ultimate goal that this year, this is my ultimate group of goals. This month, this is my ultimate goal. This week, this is what I want to achieve this week. You can always set it out musically, like, okay, this week I want to gain 50 fans, I want to get 50 people to listen to my music, 50 new people to follow me, 50 new people to listen to my music. So you can always just adjust and put in the work to your weekly goals, which everything will be tied. Your weekly and your monthly and your yearly goals will be tied to your ultimate successful career, how you see yourself as a successful artist. Everything you do will be tied to that. So having all these things defined, it's is good value to you as an artist, as an emerging artist, to know these things so you can know how you can move. It will guide in your planning, it will guide in your music, it will guide in how you release your music, and it will show that you have direction, which also make you more appealing to labels and to investors, that they can see that these artists have direction in their music and direction in what they want to do. So yeah, this episode is pretty short, and that's pretty much it for this episode. So please, if you gain any value from our podcast, please share it, please like, please subscribe, please follow us on social media platforms. We're at Drummer Africa everywhere. You could ask us questions in the comment section. You could tweet at us questions and things you would like us to talk about. Thank you.